Love seems to be impossible to find today. Young people have been pushed to believe that hookups, Tinder swipes, and surface level attraction is normal until you're ready to find the one. But this mindset has created the loneliest generation in history because degeneracy never leads to fulfillment, only indulgence. But what happens if you get lucky and find the right one early? What happens if you reject what everyone else is doing and actually commit? I'm Oliver. I'm 18 and me and my girl are celebrating our 3rd year together in Copenhagen, a beautiful city we have both dreamed of visiting. So after a quick hour-and-a-half flight, we are here. Arriving in Copenhagen, I couldn't help but just stand in awe. The architecture here isn't just beautiful, it feels intentional. Every building seems to carry a story, tied together in a city that just feels alive. After our first coffee stop, we were already hooked. The sun was shining and just a 20-minute walk later, we reached I've, the iconic harbour where rows of colourful buildings lean over a canal full of boats. Yes, it was crowded, but after getting lunch, wandering around some more, and getting our first taste of what Denmark is actually like, we decided to get a train to a northern town called, correct me if I'm wrong, Humlebæk, where the Louisiana Museum of Modern Art is found. I honestly couldn't believe I was here with the girl of my dreams, and I mean that literally. I met Chloe when I was 11 years old, and something in me just knew. For years I asked her out, faced rejection, and used that as fuel to improve myself. Then finally, 3 years ago at 15 years old, I got the yes. At that age, I had no idea what was possible when two people fully committed. And let's be real, most young relationships fail, which isn't a bad thing. But if you can't even take care of yourself, how can you even expect to share your life with someone else? That's where personal development saved me. It gave me the tools to not only grow myself, but grow with her. This relationship has been the biggest factor in shaping who I am. She supports me, laughs with me, plans with me, calls me out when I slip up, and hypes me up when I succeed. That's why the right relationship accelerates your growth as it multiplies your potential. But here is the key. It has to be the right person. Don't get into a long-term relationship with someone you're unsure about. If it's meant to be, deep down your gut will know. But if not, don't put yourself through that because the wrong person will break you. Day 2 started with blue skies and the kind of excitement only travel can bring. We planned breakfast at this cafe we seen on Instagram, but the line was out the door. So Chloe dragged me across the street to this quiet little spot, and honestly, it was one of the best surprises of the trip. Next up was something we'd been dreaming of. Renting our own canal boat. No guides, no crowds, just us. And the city looked unreal from the water. Even if the boat wasn't exactly fast, it was amazing. During the ride, it really allowed me to just be present and mindful and just fully take in the experience. Of course, things definitely got interesting when I nearly crashed into someone's yacht. That would have been a 4,000 kroner fine. And because you cannot visit Copenhagen without trying it, we rented bikes and cycled through the city. At first, it was chaos. Rush hour, new roads, weaving through packed streets. This definitely requires some strong emotional control to not crash out when we took the wrong turn. But eventually we escaped to Rosenborg Castle Gardens. The grass was perfectly kept, the paths were quiet, it was phenomenal. From the lonely, insecure boy I was to where I am now, I can only say this. When you put in the days, the months, the years of leveling up, whether it's in the gym, your mental health, or your social life, it pays off. The actions you take today become the rewards you collect tomorrow. You can't just expect to find the perfect girl, the perfect life, or even the perfect opportunity when you're not at that level yet. But if you keep working, one day you'll get there. And when you do, you'll be so grateful for that younger version of yourself who had the courage to just put his head down and build. When you look in the mirror and you see the growth, you realize that every lonely day, every painful rejection, every setback was worth it. The rewards always belong to the boy who just kept going. On day 3 we had one mission. That was Juno the Bakery, the most renowned bakery in Copenhagen. So after a 30-minute waiting line, watching the smiles on people's faces as they took their first bites, I knew we were in for something special. Having patience and the will to stand around really paid off, because the second we stepped inside, you could literally smell the talent of the bakers and the quality of the craft. We grabbed a little bit of everything, and as cliche as it sounds, this was genuinely the best pastry I've ever had in my life. My favorite one was the vanilla bun. It was absolutely insane. As we headed back to the hotel, packed our bags and headed to the airport, I couldn't help but reflect. This wasn't just another trip. It was a reminder of how far I've come, and why moments like this are worth all the work. Now, I don't want you to leave this video with sadness. I want you to leave with hope, because despite what the world tells you, this generation can still be saved. Not everyone is destined for a life of empty hookups, endless swipes, and surface level connection. Some of us know that there's more. More to life, more to love, and more to bond you can create with the right person. So for your future wife, for your future family, start working on yourself now, so when the time comes, you're ready to give and receive real love. The path of personal development was always yours. Now, it's just time to walk it.